Have you ever tried to peek into the future? You know, with horoscopes, fortune telling, or those spooky games you play with friends. Well, that's exactly what Alenka and her friends were doing. Her little brother, Vitalik, was watching them. At first, it was all fun and games. They had these charts with letters and numbers, and a magazine explaining what it all meant. They whispered about mystics, spirits, and all sorts of supernatural stuff. They shut themselves in Alenka's room and started their little dance. Vitalik thought it was pretty funny, seeing them get all serious. But then, things got a bit weird. The circle with the letters seemed to move on its own. The girls' faces went pale, and their eyes grew wide. A curtain fluttered. Was it the wind, or something else? Suddenly, a loud cough came from outside the room. Vitalik's heart leaped into his throat. Everyone froze. A moment later, they realized it was just their grandma coughing in the kitchen. But the fear stuck around. His heart was pounding, and he couldn't catch his breath. Vitalik had had enough. Trying to act brave, he just said, "Stop this nonsense," and left. He went to sit with his grandma, drank some tea, and listened to her stories. But when it was time for bed, he just couldn't sleep. The pillow felt hot, the curtains seemed to move in the dark, and even with the light on, scary images filled his mind whenever he closed his eyes. He just wanted the night to be over. A little while later, Alenka tiptoed into his room. "Can I sleep here tonight?" she whispered. They lay in the dark together, listening to the sound of their own frantic heartbeats. Then, Vitalik had an idea. "Let's pray," he said. They stood by the window, looking out at the quiet, sleeping street and the stars above. They asked for forgiveness for messing with things they didn't understand. They asked for the fear to go away, so they could finally rest. After their prayer, they got back into bed, hugged each other, and finally drifted off to sleep. When morning came, it was bright and peaceful. Golden autumn leaves shone in the sun. A little red squirrel was perched on a branch outside, watching them. The city was waking up, and the distant sound of church bells filled the air. The scary night was over. A new, sunny day had begun, and without a single word, both of them felt a deep sense of gratitude for the morning, for the light, and for the peace that had returned to their hearts. Thanks for watching.